reaction on the Jaron Boots, Ennis, and Karen rematch last night?
Um, it was a tough fight, man. I'm big on Boots, but that was a tough fight, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened in their camp. I kind of I'm not an intrusive person, so I don't like ask people business, but um, that wasn't the guy I saw in the gym. So I really don't know. I can't really say. I don't know if it's a weight cut. You know what I mean? Like Boots is a big dude outside of boxing, so he probably you know um whatever they're doing with the weight cut. I'm not saying it was wrong because I don't know, but it has to be scientific. You got to take it off the right way and put it on the right way. No other sport, you know, besides combat sports, you lose 30, 40 pounds and then be expected to perform at your maximum level. You know what I mean? So that's not easy. So I think, maybe it's the weight cut, maybe it's the IBF with the 10-pound rehydration to the next day. He's a big guy. Um, I don't know. I don't want to give nobody excuses that they haven't given themselves. But that definitely wasn't the guy I saw in the gym. That's all I can say. He was blowing a lot of snot. It was just weird. I don't I don't know what happened to him. I honestly don't. I was like, um, everybody in Philly know Boots got a good chin, right? But with the talent he got, you don't have to prove that, you know. And he wasn't just getting hit; he was getting hit while he was punching. Which, no matter how good your chin is, if you get hit while you punching and your head is up in the air, you can get knocked out. You know, uh, I didn't like some of them punches he got hit with. You know what I mean? But I got, that's my guy. Like I really got love for him and his pop. So it was definitely concerning because he was getting hit while he was punching. Everybody get hit. That's not a big deal. You get hit, you take some steam off the shot. But to get hit while you're punching, that's a big deal. On a consistent basis, you can get hurt like that. And he does have a real good chin, but you don't want to keep having to show that. I feel like that people distract Boots. Like he like doing like this to the ring, like I got it. It's like a little hand motion the guys doing in the gym here in Philly. It drives me crazy. And people were just talking to him. You could just hear the people screaming and hollering and talking to him at the ringside. And he got to just listen to his pop, man. He got to just lock in on his that on one voice. You can't be just like acknowledging everybody yelling and screaming, do this and do that, do this and do that, because that dude Karen is a world class dude. That dude can fight. He ain't no um he ain't no lay down guy. He ain't scared of Boots. He asked to fight him twice, and he did way better this time than he did the first time. So he obviously sees something in Boots, and he's not afraid of him. And everybody just think Boots is supposed to go knock the guy out. It don't work that way, you know. And I just felt like he was distracted, you know. But Boots got a really high IQ. If you ever talk to him or interview him, you'll be like, wow, he's a really intelligent kid. So I'm sure he's going to write down everything that he needed that he thought went wrong, and they'll be able to correct it. I have no idea what went wrong. I'm just looking from the outside. I saw a distracted fighter. Like even in the clinches, he was looking at the referee raising his hand as if to say the guy is holding me instead of getting out of the clinch and protecting himself. The guy could have took some sucker punches on him in the clinches. Um,
He ended up taking advantage of that on Karen as well.
Yeah, he did, but I'm just talking about just him because I'm rooting for him and wanting him to win. And I'm like, Boots, protect yourself, bro. The guy could take a dirty shot on you, and it wouldn't even be considered dirty because you're supposed to protect yourself at all times. I just felt he was very distracted, man. I'm from Philly. I'm born and raised in Philly, man. But we got the most harshest fans in the world. They will turn on you in a minute. I've seen them do it a million times. They will turn on you in a minute, man. And you can't worry about them. You gotta worry about winning the fight, then looking impressive, and them people not in the gym with you all the time. They're not in the gym with you. You gotta listen. He just I'm like listening to him talk to people in the crowd. I'm like, what? I don't know. I don't know. I got to talk to him. I haven't talked to him. You know what I mean? But he just seems very distracted, and you got to lock in on the fight. I still think he's the goods. I still think he's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. I still think he can win titles from 147 to 160. But if I'm being fair, that wasn't one of his best nights, and that wasn't the guy I saw in the gym. So I don't know what happened. Got to figure it out.
Obviously, looking at Karen's style this time around, it was a lot different. He wasn't utilizing the ring as much. You could tell that probably the media, the people out there, uh, probably gave him a lot of grief of saying, "Hey, you didn't want to fight the first time around. This time around, he did the complete opposite." Um, a lot of people are talking about the game plan, how he went about the body of work. And then also talking about the instructions in the corner. I know that that's your team, but just for the people in the comments as well that are just going out there saying, "Hey, Bozy wasn't given the enough instructions for Boots." I know a lot of people don't see every piece of the corner talk; they just see pieces of it. What would you have to say upon like that and some of the comments that are people that are want to hear those answers from you because you're a good coach?
Um, I don't really want to comment on criticizing no coach. I can't do that to Boozy. That's my guy. I honestly don't. I didn't hear any of the instruction. Um, I was like watching the fight, so they was going back and forth on the broadcast. So I don't know everything he was telling them to do, everything he wasn't telling them to do. Um, but I did see like during the round, Boots was like looking around at people. Like while he was fighting, you could hear people yelling at him. So I don't know. It was kind of frustrating to watch as a fan of Boots. Like I'm sitting there like, why don't y'all leave him alone? But also I'm saying to myself, he got to block them people out. That's what happens when everybody come out to watch you fight. They got a right to yell and scream and stuff. It's your job to kind of block them out. But we're gonna see because it's gonna get harder now because people are not gonna be as scared to fight them, and they're gonna see flaws. So Boots and the team, they have to elevate their game. See little things because Karen ran from him the first time, and this time he can't nobody say he ran. He fought. You know, he used a little good clinch to tie Boots up. He counterpunched Boots. He fought a good fight. You know what I mean? You gotta give him and his trainers props. Um, Maybe he got Boots' number. Not so much have his number to beat him, but have his number so Boots can't dominate him. You know, um, sometimes it's like that where the guy can't really beat you, but you just can't just blow the guy out and just wash him. It's not gonna happen like that. So maybe like Floyd and Jose Luis Castillo. Even though Floyd beat him twice, Floyd can't dominate them. You know what I mean? If you look at those fights, you're like, damn, dude, right with him both times. Like he just can't dominate him. That's the one guy Floyd cannot dominate. So maybe it's one of those things. But I feel like Bruce got to get back to boxing, using his jab to get back to boxing. He's a tremendous boxer, but all of the punching power and stuff that everybody keeps talking about, maybe that's making him press a little bit harder than he needs to.
Like people give Canelo Alvarez so much grief upon you falling in love with the power. You're falling in love with the power. You're not going back to when you was at 54 and you was boxing. Do you feel like this could be one of those things for Boots that because Boots was Bozy was talking about using angles, him not using angles, but then just really we seen him just trying to walk him down. Tell Bozy. Bozy was saying, hey, stop stop this guy, walk him down. I mean, what do you think? Do you feel like that could be a case of a guy with a high KO ratio like that kind of falling in love with that, breaking you down type of style?
It's possible. Listen, every fighter gets infatuated with what they do the best. Every one of them does.
True.
And sometimes you need these performances to humble you and say, I can't knock everybody out. Let me get back to the basics. Let me get back to using my jab. Even though I do have an iron chin, I don't have to prove it every single time I fight. Marvin Hagler take the best punch of my lifetime, right? That I've seen from your area, right? Best
Yep.
punch of my lifetime, right? He never fought with his hands down. His hands
Nope.
was always up. Any
Right.
tape you watch of Marvin Hagler, his hands is up, his chin is stuck, his elbows is in, he's ready to take a punch. That to me is a guy that know he got a chin, but he's humble about it. He don't want to let you hit him with his head up in the air. So you
Humble.
got certain things humble you. So even though Boot got an iron chin, I'm gonna say a very good chin. You don't want to get hit with the head up in the air while you punching. That left hook in the 12th round, I was like, God damn. You know what I mean? So it's just little things like that could make you just say, okay, let me just get back to certain things. Just box your way to the knockout. He could just box his way to the knockout. He could use his jab, not get touched, break these guys down, and get them out of there without it being such a gunfight and a gunslinger kind of fight. But that's going to be up to him and his team. Who knows? I just wish him the best, but I do think that things are going to be harder from here on out because a lot of fighters who were scared of him, who wouldn't fight him, now they're going to be like, oh, okay, all right, he's not invincible. Okay, all right. And then once guys got hope, they fight you different. All those is always good perform in a certain kind of way because you don't opponent hope. You don't want to give them the impression that they could beat you because they'll stay in there longer. So now things can change. People gonna fight him now. He gonna get fights that he want now. Now um, um, we got to see if they can raise their game because once video gets out on you, the good coaches and the good trainers they put game plans together to exploit
To its
that.
feet.
So now he has to raise his game and get better. And I seen a version of Boots that if he's boxing and using his jab, can't nobody touch
It's
him.
tough, right?
But
I
he
thought you got
gotta
to
he
walk
gotta
people
show
down
that.
with your jab too. I seen that it was.
Yeah, he gotta show it in these elite level fights. At the elite level, it's tough. Even when you better than guys, they got time to put together the game plan. They got good coaches, and they got enough ability to neutralize some of the things that you do well. And Boots got a little sloppy, and that's my guy. But he got a little bit sloppy. Like one time he swung and he missed real bad. I
You
don't
almost
know.
pulled the Regis progress.
Yeah, he just got to be careful. He got to be careful, man. He gotta be careful moving forward. Because you don't want to make the mistakes at 154. But even though I think Boots would be more destructive at 154 because he's a big kid, but you still just don't want to get hit on your chin like that, man. Man, that fight had my nerves kind of bad.
Do you feel like what he'll be like? He'll just be a fresher fighter at 54.
I just think
Like
he's a
this
big
kid.
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he's a big guy. I've never weighed him, but like going by what I see, he
Yeah.
looked like he about 180 pounds in the gym. 185 pounds when I see him just in the gym with not training for a fight. That's what he looked because I got guys similar height to him, and and I can kind of tell his weight. You know what I mean? He's a welterweight. He ain't no dude to walk around no 165. He's bigger
No.
than that. You know what I'm saying? So I think at 154, just the 7 extra pounds of the weight cut. That's more carbs, that's more muscle, that's more fluids on your brain. That just in itself will make them better.
And I like that
And
you said about that the film study because he Karen approached this a lot differently. The first time around, he forced Boots to use his feet and pivot and use the angles. This time around, he kind of like smudged everything that he had. He did kind of like hold because I feel like he was holding because they didn't want to. They probably wouldn't want him saying that he was running again. You know what I mean? So if you can't fight in the inside, you're gonna clinch because you can't really fight that good in the inside.
I
Do
feel
you
like
feel like
the
he was
Karen,
looking at Gary Russell Jr. Maybe some film of how he was kind of like smudging all his work because it kind of looked like that.
I don't know, but he fought a good ass fight, man.
Yeah,
I know it sounds like that I'm like overrating Boots, but Boots is a super, super talented kid, and he's a dog and he's forceful. And Karen neutralized a lot of that. Like even when Boots dropped him and hurt him, Karen was like frustrating Boots, and he was clinching him in a way where it was hard for Boots to fight out of the clinches. He was clinching him in a way where he was like neutralizing it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if he had a wrestling background. That was impressive, man. You know what I mean? Like he fought a good ass fight in a fight that kind of shocked other people because people saw him run the first time. So it was like all he gonna do is get out there and run, and Boots gonna have to chase him down. And it was a totally different fight.